All right, so that's enough for WWE for today. Let's move on to the main event. AEW, baby. AEW. So it's what some people would call the best show in wrestling. Some people. But okay. I'm going to move on to Dynamite.
I haven't heard anyone say that in the longest time.
I have heard some people say Dynamite is the best show in wrestling. It's some people's cup of tea. It's just different.
That's because this show has the best wrestler alive in it.
Oh, Max Caster, yeah.
Max Caster, yeah. He didn't make our list for topics today, but he did trademark that. Since he trademarked it, it's got to be true. But okay. Yeah. So the first topic I'm going to start with comes from Dynamite. They ran an angle. Okay. So it's interesting to me when they actually run angles. So the angle is that Adam Copeland and Jay White lifted Moxley's belt, the briefcase, the briefcase that he holds his belt in. So they stole it for the entire show, and the Death Riders were looking for them and trying to get it back. So this is storyline number 4 on our Dynamite review. If anyone needs to check out our full Dynamite review, including Max Caster, the best wrestler in the world, there's a link in the description below. But let me move on to storyline number 4. So Moxley, let me see. I got pictures for this, but for right now, I'm going to give our ratings first. So thumbs ups from me and Robert. Actually, we like that they ran an angle. I guess it was interesting. Half a thumbs up from Vlad. So that's kind of kind for Vlad, who doesn't really give many good ratings to AEW segments. But okay, I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and I'm going to pull up some Dynamite clips, and I'm going to let Vlad talk over them. So Vlad, you go ahead. 1 minute on the clock. Talk about the Death Riders. Before we move on to talk about this day and how they stole them that briefcase from them.
I think you made a good point. The reason that I gave it a half thumbs up is that it was an angle. It was kind of a silly angle. They stole it by I don't even know how they stole it. They used some sort of.
They just wrestled it. They wrestled it away.
Oh, but it was like chained to her wrist, and then
they locked it in a closet. Well, no. Edge sneak attacked Moxley. He bashed him in the back with a steel chair.
Saw.
And then Marina came out of nowhere. She was going to hit him with the briefcase, and and Copeland caught it and just wrestled it away from her, and then shoved them in a closet and locked the door. And then Moxley,
why did Jay White have to come in with something and he cut something or something, right? Or was I also sleeping through this? I thought that's what happened, but whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Well, you know what?
It doesn't matter.
Let's take off this picture of Okada, the current Continental Champion, and let me put it in watch along mode. Let's see what happened.
Leaving with the briefcase.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I think they locked them in there. Hold on. Here it is.
Fear. Moxley's erstwhile companion is. Oh, wait a second, Copeland. The chair. What is going on here?
Switch.
No, he cut something, some chain or something. I don't know. Bolt cutters. There we go.
Coat and Switchblade leaving with the briefcase.
I still don't even understand what they did. What the fuck happened there? I don't.
They cut the. I think they cut the chain, right? Did they?
It was. Oh, God.
They cut the chain off. They cut the chain off of what?
Wasn't it?
Was it to her wrist? Was it?
Oh yeah, it was. It was stuck to her wrist. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the briefcase was chained to her wrist. Man, that happened so fast. That was actually kind of cool, but it was kind of hard to see what happened. Okay, interesting.
It was not done very well, but okay, it's an angle as you said. And am I looking forward to this angle? No. Do I want to see Moxley and the Cope? I'm just trying to cope through it, guys. I'm just trying to cope through it. But it was okay. Half a thumbs up is, I think, fair.
All right. Well, let's move on then. Wait, actually, I forgot. I'm sorry, Robert. My bad. I'm jumping the gun. I'll give Robert a minute also. Sorry
No,
about
I'll be brief. I actually thought this angle was not bad, and I'm looking forward to Moxley versus Cope. Actually,
that.
I don't
Yeah, I don't think
expect.
that's a bad
Yeah,
match.
yeah, I don't think it's a good bad match. I don't expect Cope to win, but I'm still looking forward to the feud regardless.
Yeah. I think that could be a good match. I expect Moxley to win though, but I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if anyone could get a good match out of Moxley, hopefully it's Edge. I mean,
Yeah,
he's experienced, supposedly. I'm sure it'll be a hard-hitting, violent match. So, as we'll see on Grand Slam, Edge is still taking risks with his body, despite coming off of that fucking injury that he had. You know, he jumped off the balcony at Grand Slam. So we'll get to that in a minute. Half thumbs up here. All right, let's move along. Let me see what I got. Death Riders. Death Riders put Copeland down and Jay White. So Death Riders win this match. And after the match, they also fuck Copeland up ahead of the Revolution Showdown for the world title. So let me see what we got here. What do we got here? I got half thumbs up from me and Robert, and then nothing from Vlad. So indifferent. I'll start with Robert then, since Robert gave it some kind of thumbs up. Let me see if I could pull up some slides and see if there was anything interesting that happened in this match. I don't even remember myself. But here's Edge. Oh, you know what was kind of cool was the audience singing Edge's theme song a cappella. That was kind of a sweet moment. And Edge was like almost about to cry. And I don't know how they knew all the lyrics to the song. But okay, I think there was that top of the well, here they're fighting in the audience. Marina was totally involved. It was a street fight, right? So there was no DQ. So Marina could just do whatever she wants. And I think Copeland did a dive off the balcony onto Cesaro, Claudio. So he's still taking risks, even though he just broke his leg like a few freaking, like last year or something. So, okay. Here's a power bomb Edge took onto a table. Man, Edge is still trying, man. At this age, he's still going. Wheeler Yuta shows up. All right, so Wheeler came in to interfere also. And a spear onto a table from Claudio. I'm playing this really because I'm trying to see if there's anything worth liking from this. Yeah. Oh well, that was a great spear. I think Claudio did a great job taking that spear. He looked sold it really well
tremendously.
Here's Moxley getting hit with a barbed wire steel chair. It looked real, I guess, because he's bleeding like shit from his back, and Cope gets choked out. So the Moxley finisher. Moxley will just like that's the ultimate finisher. Because in AEW, everyone kicks out of everything, so you just gotta choke them out. and then after the match, they were trying to, kind of wear down Copeland. Revolution is very far away, so I don't know. They can't really take him out, but they try to wear him down a little bit. So all right, so I just went through everything. All right, Robert, half thumbs up. Let's see what you thought about this tag team match. We just talked about the feud, but let's talk about the match right here.
It wasn't bad. So yeah, the crowd singing Cope's theme song. I don't know how all of them memorized the lyrics. I can't imagine when AEW comes to LA for Revolution. I don't think the LA crowd is gonna know all that, but hey, maybe we'll see. The match was okay. I did expect Death Riders to win because they have the numbers advantage. Obviously, it would look really bad if they lost, regardless of that advantage. And then you did mention that choke. All right, so personally, for me, as someone who watches a lot of MMA, UFC fights, yeah, in an actual fight, if you're in that position and someone's got you on a choke in that position, the fight's over. There's almost no escape for that. So it makes sense that nobody has been able to escape that move and still be able to reverse that. So it makes sense as someone who watches MMA. I don't expect everyone to think the same thing, but I did. Yeah, it wasn't bad. But I think Death Riders needed this victory more than Cope and Jay White did.
All right, Vlad, if you have any comments on this, do you agree with that? That Plumber Moxley's choke move is MMA style?
Well, he wants to be. He thinks he's an MMA fighter. That's what he. That's the whole. That's why. So do I think so? No, obviously I do not think so, and I don't buy him with that. I'll say a couple of things about the match. As you said, Christian, excuse me, Cope took that risk where he jumped. It was an awkward kind of landing where, again, I think he was trying to protect his leg this time where it wouldn't break. He landed kind of awkwardly, but kind of, whatever. But yeah, he is still taking these risks, as you said, at his age. I don't know if it's worth it, but especially for this show. That's basically, as you said, a glorified closure show. The other thing that I noticed is post-match when I thought this was hilarious, slightly, only to me probably, Claudio was congratulating Mox on like the victory. He was like he rubbed his shoulder or something like that, and he noticed all the blood on his head. He's like, "What the fuck is this? Why are you bleeding?" I think he's trying to like rub it off. He's like, "What the fuck?"
That's a nice touch. Those are the things about wrestling I love.
He's like, why the fuck are you bleeding like this? Anyways, yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And I don't know. I think if anything, I would probably have had Edge and the Switchblade win this match because he's probably going to lose at Revolution anyway. So I don't know. Give him something. Give us some hope that he might win at Revolution.
Maybe he will win. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
you don't think Edge is ever going to get a run with the title in AEW?
Well, I mean, you said that Orange Cassidy is going to be a future world champion in AEW. So yes, I guess in that case, then anyone could win a world title. So yes, Cope can be a champion as well. Then, of course, given his Hall of Fame career, and he is. He does have a Hall of Fame career.
Robert, are you seeing that it's a guaranteed Moxley victory? Are you feeling that way? I'm not feeling totally.
I don't know. I wouldn't know if I would use the word guarantee. I would say very likely that Moxley retains.
All right, so we're gonna continue the Death Rider.